Hey, everyone. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome in.
Welcome.
Now, what?
How it's going this week?
It's Tuesday. It's the new Friday. So pretty good, I'd say.
Wow, it's the new Friday today.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not playing along with that.
Oh my god!
In Spain, it's Friday today because tomorrow is holidays and on Friday too. So this week is like
it's
works.
Nothing. Yeah, it's no week.
See what I mean? Tuesday is the new Friday. Many people are saying it, especially if they're Spanish.
Yes.
For all of you who weren't here, you did miss a great dance party. I will rate everyone's moves now. Zach gets a 10. JC gets an 8. Pedro and Michael are tied at a 6. And I didn't participate, so I get a 0. Other than that, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see everyone here. Let's go ahead and get started with last week's recap. Really, one big thing to report from last week. Michael, you had a creative session. What did you do?
I did. I'm not going to actually show anything because what I did is I switched things up and I didn't build anything. I just kind of went over a couple files and how I set them up and just kind of talk through a few things. So, yeah, we can share the link to the replay, but that's probably the best way to. Otherwise, I'll just open the file and I think I've shown both of them anyway. So,
which files did you go over? Just
yeah, I went over the lumberjack scene with the walking, so play, pause, and reverse the background scene, and then the Mega Man UI thing. So just kind of went over solos and PNG, like image sequences, and then a little bit about text modifiers and things like that. So
very cool. Yeah. Well, if you want to see the recap of that, the link is in the chat. You can check that out at any time. Speaking of UIs, we're cooking up some stuff in the background. Can't really talk too much about it, but I would say over the next couple weeks, maybe start paying attention. Not paying attention, but look out. Some previews, some cool little things, bigger things than normal. All right. What we got going on this week? Spanish live stream tomorrow, 10 a.m. JC, Pedro, and Laura. They should all be there for that. And then right after that, we're going to have a JC Creative Session special. JC, what are you making?
Let me share the idea here. Oops, sorry. Okay, this is the idea. This is only a sketch, but yeah, is an idea about, when you play a playing game, for example, and you go from one level to another, no? So the idea is make this UI, this map with the different checkpoints, and you can move on different checkpoints. You can add the number of stars you have in that level. Yeah, the idea is use nested board, use nested input, and play around about all this. So yeah, can be interesting.
Very cool. That should be at 11 a.m. Central. So right after the Spanish live stream is over. All right. Let's talk about new releases because we had a couple. So for all of you that have been paying attention to our Unity runtime, you know that it's in a technical preview right now, which means that we're slowly rolling out more and more things to add to it. And the Unity runtime just got an update. Zach, pop quiz, hot shot. What just got added to the Unity runtime?
Oh, some exciting things. So if you check out the latest tag version for the Unity runtime, you should be able to play with state machine inputs now, which is exciting because previously, I think when we first released, we let you play with a state machine, and if you had listeners enabled, we had some examples that showed how you can pass down local coordinates and things like that to the state machine to get those working. But now you can actually extract state machine inputs and events as well. I believe, yeah, that should be working now too. So these are all things that can now actually tie in with your Unity app logic or Unity game logic. So yeah, we're excited. And text runs should be coming down the line pretty soon here too.
Now that actually leads into my next question. This is the bonus question. What else do we need to get Unity all the way finished? What else are we waiting on?
Yeah, there's a few things that we want to address, like a scriptable rendering pipeline. We obviously want to make sure that this can get in the hands of as many backends supported as possible. So, D3D, WebGL, a various amount of others that we have listed on our help docs page. So just getting the Rive renderer and runtime to support wherever possible. And then obviously getting to feature parity with the existing feature set that we have for all the other runtimes. So once we kind of get to that state and make some more optimizations and rendering and nail down any bugs that the community has been super helpful in finding, I think we should be in a better spot very soon here to have that, I guess, more official and out of a technical preview state.
Perfect. Well, the newest changes are really exciting. I'm excited to dig into that stuff. And then, yeah, keep your head on a swivel. Watch out, because we got more Unity runtime updates coming soon. A couple other things that got added. One is that now any constraint, clip, or draw rule target, when you actually mouse over that constraint or that draw rule or that clip, will actually be highlighted in the hierarchy, so it'll be a little bit easier to identify the targets to constraints, clips, and draw rules. A couple things got some optimizations, various asset and solo optimizations. One of the things that I remember when I did my last creative session that we ran into was you had different, let's say, pages that had interactive content on those things, and you were switching them out with a solo. You had to scale it down because the hitboxes were still accessible. But now, with the way that the solos work, if a solo is off, all of that stuff shouldn't be interactive. So you don't have to do any extra scaling or moving or anything like that. And then search improvements. So Command K and what is the other shortcut? Someone help me. Command K and I think just the normal search bar. They got some improvements. So you should see things pop up a little bit quicker whenever you go into the search option and look for stuff. All right, that is it for our newest releases. As a reminder for anyone out there who is new, make sure you join us on Discord if you want to be some of the first to know about the updates. We have a little announcement channel where we announce all that stuff. There's a link in the chat if you want to join our Discord. And if you want to read the full patch notes, you can always go to rive.app/changelog to read the full list. All right, what's on the horizon? Well, I feel like I've said this multiple times. A lot of the updates that are coming soon sound really cool. We've got layout constraints. We've got what else we got? Am I missing anything? No, layout constraints is a big one. More Unity stuff or stuff like that. So just watch out for all that. We will update you as soon as we know more. Okay, since I haven't actually done one of these yet, it's actually time for, and I'm very glad that he's here this week, everyone's favorite time.
Pedros Picks of the Week!
Yep, it's time for Pedro's Picks of the Week, where Pedro goes through and shows us all the cool community files that he's found. Pedro.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen, looking for the button. This one, okay, I think I'm setting, yes.
Yep.
Okay, this is the first one. It's I really like the design and the animation. It's like very subtle, but I think it's very interesting to see this kind of design. And it has these details that it's really nice.
Can you blow all the fluffies off the dandelion?
No, it's not. It has interaction. It would be nice to click or make a movement and having that, but no.
Okay, you know what would go crazy on this animation? If that interaction was in there and was triggered by a trigger, And then you could actually set that trigger off. Like if this was on your phone, you could blow into your phone mic. And it would, ooh, that would go hard.
So now we need sound and we need a microphone. I mean, audio in, audio out.
Yeah.
Two things.
And then a dark magician to set it all up.
Okay. Engineers are going to be very happy with us when we suggest that.
That's a new listener. Blow into mic listener.
Okay.
Why do you need this? Well, because
Okay.
not this
There is-
animation where I want to blow a bunch of seeds.
I
off.
like blow things. Man.
Imagine the possibilities, the dandelion animations that we can make.
You had that on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yes, you can do that. There is a few games that you use that. Okay, this other one, it's a web page, and it's Sentry, and they use a lot of little animations, and these animations are made with Rive.
Whoa, I missed
That's
that.
cool. Yeah.
We had this.
Sentry is
little-
huge.
And I have been looking for them, and it has like these little details.
Yeah, I love
That's
that they went
cool.
with like a character. Like that's kind of it's unique. Like I think most.
Oh, I
companies
like
that
that.
would-
I
Yeah,
like
awesome.
Guy.
this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at that. Eating some. Oh no.
The air popcorn.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Here we have the umbrella thing.
Oh, if you click on it, it opens and closes.
No, it's not. I think it's not. Oh, yes.
Okay. I thought what the
Wow.
scroll. Yeah.
Oh, this is really fun. Yes. And this, hey. And I don't know if we have. No, this was the last one, I think. So it's nice because they have like a lot of little animations with and the style is, it would be very difficult to do this if, for example, with a GIF or something like that, because it's very clean and very vector. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look for the next one. This is very simple, but I like these little interactions.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah.
Another one for the blow listener.
Okay, next one. This is very funny because of the interaction. It's like you have all these options here, so it's like waiting. Or
The
wait.
face so cool. The feel the cara.
But the thing is, like, they combine. For example, you can be waiting and wave, and this is like
Yeah.
dancing. I don't know, but I really like the waiting one.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you change the color of this character to red and you put a pizza in his hand, you remember the Noid from Domino's?
I remember
No.
that idea.
Hmm?
Zach,
Go
might be
Google it, Zach.
before your time.
Dominoes. Okay, sorry, continue.
Oh, this
Okay.
is really nice.
Yeah.
This
This is
has
nice.
a really nice design, and the idea is when you go over the word, it changes to this.
Yeah.
And the way it makes like this swirl in the end is like so beautiful. This part.
Yeah. Yeah. The little bones in the end. Yeah.
They did a nice breakdown of this too on Twitter.
Yes. Okay, this one is just animation, but it's so
Mm-hmm. This
well
is nice.
designed, and the color and everything is like very interesting. I really like, for example, here the way the lines move in these bounds,
Yeah.
and here is the same thing. It's like everything is bouncing.
Mm.
Yeah. It's nice. It's interesting to see something like this interacting that you can, when you
Hmm.
click or you hover, you can discover the different parts.
Yes, that would
Yeah,
be
it's,
really nice. I guess this
great.
is like a first test of
But it's cool. Yeah.
because here the file is like one. It's like someone testing and trying new things. And even for example, for the background of a web page, would be nice to have this kind of complex animation.
This is Rachel's. She's been in the chat a couple times.
Okay, this is made by Pablo Stanley, and I love the
Yes.
design.
Yes. I love it. The antenna is so cool.
Yes.
The glasses. So.
Needs beer cans and a straw. I don't know why. It's the kind of hat I would wear.
Okay, this I think we didn't show this. Did you remember? I think no.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we saw the process. The process was.
But
I
not the
don't know
final
what-
one, no?
Maybe not.
No.
Okay, because this is from Laura,
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
and I really like the way it changes from one stage to the another.
I really like the like play
Yes.
thing on the bottom. That's probably my favorite part of it.
Yeah. It's a good idea. That yeah.
Yeah, it's really well done.
Yeah.
Okay, here we have this. It's based on Sister Act movie,
Ah, this one's great.
and the idea is when you go over the nuns, they
Oh wait, we gotta share.
Wait.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Oh my god.
I love the
That
design.
is so cool.
Oh,
Yes.
you can go back and watch this movie. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
It's so good. It still holds up. It's really good.
Sound. We need sound
Yes.
here.
Yes, we need sound for
That-
this.
When I was in college, the theater department put on a Sister Act play, and it was awesome. I was like, I don't know how they're gonna make this into a play, but I mean, it was just the movie, but on stage, it was great.
That's cool.
Okay, yes, and that's it, the links I have. Did you have some more?
I hear Zach has some new things to show from
Ooh.
Awesome Rive.
I do. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Awesome Rive is like our compilation that we keep in GitHub of like awesome tutorials and actual deployed examples that you can play with, and articles and things like that, all related around Rive. And so I'm gonna share some new things that we added recently.
So you would say it's kind of like a Rive mixtape.
It's yeah. That's a good
Hey,
one.
Spotify Rap just came out. All right, it's very relevant.
Okay, cool. So you can find Awesome Rive you can probably just Google Awesome Rive, or you can go to our GitHub on our Rive app organization and find this Awesome Rive repo. And we don't have any code in it. It's just a bunch of links to examples that are organized by like articles and videos and things like that. And occasionally we update these with any awesome things that we find out in the wild. And that reminds me, I should probably add that Sentry site example here. But here's a new article from, I don't know how to say this, Bigot. And it's a nice tutorial of like how they built a loader with Rive from the editor, and then also going on to the code side for how they implemented it with JavaScript, and even shows fun things with like nested artboards, and it's interactive. And yeah, some other cool examples too. So go check this out if you want like a nice full end-to-end tutorial on Rive things. Oh, this one's cool. And then another one is another article from Evolve Tech of how they used Rive to keep people engaged in their app. So this is a pretty nice example of using it in mobile applications for, it looks like badges.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they go through their whole like ideation of like how they, wanted to increase retention and the challenges of building things like that, and then they eventually go into like how they use Rive. So it's a nice like use case or case study, I guess, of how they're taking a problem that they have in their app and using Rive to solve it for retention. And yeah, I was actually going to mention it looks a lot like Duolingo, and then they reference
Yeah.
Duolingo here, so it's a nice, cool shout out. And then the last thing is a new community-based runtime, which is super exciting. The runtimes that we have available on our Rive app organization are things that we maintain, but the documentation is open source, and the base runtime for C++ is open source so that people can build their own runtimes. And so we've got a few community runtimes like for Angular. Some have started one for like Vue.js. And this one came somewhat recently for a Qt quick plugin. I'm not super familiar with this technology, but I know it's a huge framework and tool. And so for those using or building on the Qt platform, you can try out their Qt quick plugin to add Rive content. So they've got some considerations on GitHub. And we've also linked this in our help docs as well, so you can find it there too. But yeah, we added that to the awesome Rive list, so you can check that out.
Yeah, that's
I think
cool,
I'll
man.
go as far as saying pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Very awesome.
All right. Well, that's that's everything we got for today. So we're gonna open it up for questions. If you've got questions, you got us for a few more minutes here. We'll hang out, answer anything you want. If not, we're gonna get out of here. While we're waiting on questions. So we don't have anything to announce just yet. I talked about it a little bit on the last live stream. In the new year, we are going to change how we do our live streams, sort of the cadence, where we do our live streams. It's mostly going to be, it's still going to be easy for you to find, and it'll be on YouTube and stuff like that. But we may start doing like this Q&A segment that we do right here. We may just start doing this in Discord, maybe. We're Josh, if you haven't seen him, new community manager on Discord. He's cooking some things up.
He's cooking. Yeah.
He's cooking. Let him cook. And then in the new year, when we're ready to switch everything up, we will make announcements and all that stuff. So should be some cool stuff coming in the future. Other than that, anybody using anything new in Rive? Try anything out? Anybody learn anything this week? Last week? No.
I'm working in something.
Oh.
Can show only because it's fun. Here. Okay, here. Okay, so yeah, this is for me interesting to try. This is in some games when you pick up different elements appears the elements and the number of elements you taken, coins, pill, I don't know, poison, or food. So I try to create this component that the interesting thing is you can use the same for the different objects. So I create the Steam machine. It's very simple because I have the different elements I want to use in different ad boards. In this case, don't have animation, but you can add animation if you want a little idle animation or glow, whatever. And then here, using a solo, I can switch between these different elements. In the Steam machine, I use 3 inputs. Let's go to play. One is only to make appear the elements, and then I can change the type of elements, and here I can change the number. And yeah, this day I was working in this number because you can do this dynamically, but in this case, what it did, one thing I was thinking is, okay, I can create this number, no, this option that with this input I can change the number using the state machine and create 100 animation. No, each of these animation is one number. No, changing the room of the text. So maybe in one layer I can have the animation 1, the animation 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect all these to any state and use the number and works. But I need to create 100 animation. My idea was instead to do that was create the number in here in this adboard here, and with only one animation, and here I change the RAM to change the number, no, and then import this adboard here. That is here. You can see here, and use instead to use the state machine because I don't use the state machine. Use remap animation. And then use here a blend state, mixing two animations. When the number play from 0 to 100, and when the number stay in 0, no? So mixing these two animations here with this blend state and using the number work without problem is the thing. The only key is, because I use from 0 to 100, is that this animation the duration of the animation need to be 140. This way, every time I change one number here in the input, move here, move one position of the key. This is the key, no? Yeah. So yeah, it was very interesting to create this number. And then other thing I was trying here, this is only a recreation about how can work this, no? If I hit play, okay, exactly. I hit play again. So in this case, works only with hover, no? Because only to check it works. But yeah, if you take this coin, appears the element that say you have one coin, no? The pills, another element, you have one pills. You have two coins, no? Two pills. You have one food, another coin, and yeah, this is almost the idea about this. And yeah, the good thing is I use the same component, but using the state machine, I can switch between the different elements I want and the number of the item. So yeah, I think it's very, very interesting, this.
Sweet. Yeah, I was wondering how this was going to turn out. I saw you sharing some of it on Slack. Very, very cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, last call for questions. See if we get some in. I did actually browse Discord. Oh, hey, look, it's Josh.
Hey,
Josh
Josh.
is here. We actually need to get Josh on the live stream one of these days. Maybe if we do switch things up a little bit, we can have like, never mind. I was going to say something and then decided that I don't actually know what that word means and it could be something bad. So I'm not going to use that word. Yeah, maybe we can have Josh on in the new year. That's just the way it goes. I actually did browse through Discord a little bit this morning. Actually, hang on. Let me see something. Let me see something. Just give me a second. We do have questions. They just may not be coming in through the chat. Let me look. There's a channel for this right here. Okay. Here's a question. Now, this one comes in from Discord. Hello. By the way, Zach, this one's for you. Hello. We're planning a game to be developed in Flutter with Rive and Flame. We'd like to know if you're going to make a significant update in the following weeks, December through January, on the game kit. I don't know if you've provided a specific roadmap, but it would be great to know if it's possible that game kit could be production ready for Flutter apps. So, Zach, what's the story on Flutter game kit?
So, yeah, we still want to work on it. We've been chatting a lot this and last week about kind of a path forward and updating it because it is a little behind in terms of the release for the latest features. So an update should be coming very, very shortly. And we're still working on kind of like the whole strategy of, how we kind of position it from getting it more into the hands of people rather than just, filling out a form and having private access. So more to come on that, but it will be updated with the latest features very, very soon. And we'll make a big stink about it on Discord and the socials and all of that good stuff. So yes, we are not abandoning it. It is still very much going to be used with Flutter. And we believe, in this kind of paradigm for using it within Flutter so that we can use our renderer. No timelines exactly on all the platform support, but as we're continuing to integrate the Rive renderer everywhere, obviously this is going to be a big consideration too for the Flutter game kit and supporting the other devices because right now it's iOS and macOS. So yeah.
Cool.
Stay tuned, I guess, TLDR.
Good answer. All right. Here's another question. Now, this one is for the creative side. Hey, is it possible to update a text run from a Rive input? I'm working on a progress bar, and I'd like to not only animate the progress bar itself, but also get a readout like 50% to reflect the progress too. Or can I only do that in a runtime environment? So I think, JC, you just kind of showed off how you could do something like that. With your little game button. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, you can change the run using an input. What you need is create a different animation with the different runs you want to use and connect in the state machine. Or like I showed before, using one animation and you change using a key these different runs you want to use and use a blend state to switch the different text. But yeah.
And Zach, is it also achievable at runtime? I imagine that it would be.
Yeah, I missed the beginning part of that, but like if you're tracking this is for a loader?
Yeah, it's for a loader bar. So you got the bar and it moves, but they also want to have like a number, a space where there's a number and it reflects the progress of the loader.
Yeah. If you're tracking the the progress number on your application side or your site, you can take that same value that you're feeding to the state machine input for the number input and toss it into a string variable and also set the text run for that. And also we will be soon exposing or giving you an API to get nested text runs and being able to set those at runtime, which I know is we've talked about in the past on these live streams. It's a little bit kind of tricky that we can't do that right now, but we should be able to soon. So
cool.
Hopefully that'll help depending on the setup.
All right. So there's two ways to do it. Through inputs with the artboard, and you can change it using the state machine, or you can do it through runtime. So you can do either way. All right. Now, this person says it's a dumb question, but I don't think it's a dumb question. Oops. Happy Monday. So obviously this came in yesterday. I have a dumb question. I don't know if it's dumb. Let's say I export my Rive file to my clients. Do they need to pay to use it on their website? No, they do not. If you have your account and you export a .riv and you send it over to your client, the .riv is going to work as long as they implement it in there. Now, they're not going to be able to make any changes to it. You'll have to make the changes. And if they want to make the changes, then they'll need to get a Rive subscription, and then they can do it. So no, they do not have to pay. Let's see. Let's see if we got any more. I'm just kind of scrolling through here. All right, maybe I got one for you, Zach. Maybe. Hang on. Nope, not that one. I thought I saw a good one in here for you. Okay. Let's see if we can piece through this one. Oh, I lost it again. Hang on.
Are you in general channel?
No. No. I'm in our customer questions channel. Okay. Hi there. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a problem. All right, so let's find out what the problem is. I exported a 1.5 second Rive animation in .riv format, but it's a whopping 3.6 megabytes. Oddly, all individual artboards inside the file are the same size when I export them. Any tips to shrink this down for a Flutter app? Should I have one animation per file?
Yeah, that one, I think I remember seeing that. It would depend on the file. So like if you've got embedded text fonts, that can definitely bloat up your file size, but you can mark them as referenced, I believe, which means they're out of band. And what we mean by out of band, and you'll see that in like our feature supports on our help docs or Rive guide, sorry, is that you can load in the fonts from your application or site if they're already part of your app bundle when you load in the Rive file. And that way, the Rive file isn't bloated up with all the text, all the glyphs, and things that you probably already have app side and you don't need duplicated or loaded in twice when Rive tries to load in your file. And so that would help. Also, it depends on, I guess, how many images you have, if they're compressed. There, I guess, a few different things that would probably bloat the file. And these are all techniques, by the way, that don't just apply to Flutter for decreasing the size in your Flutter app, but across the board for any runtime. These are techniques that you can do from the editor / runtime side to help alleviate the size there. Yeah, I think we need to check that file, unless someone has.
I don't know. I don't know if we've looked at it yet. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit earlier, but since it's Q&A time, we'll bump it again. Ew, I lost it. Hang on. Oh yeah, here it is. Hi there. Is there any roadmap or time frame for when the Unity runtime will have all the features ready to use? No roadmap, but we did just have an update to the Unity runtime. This was it this week? Was it Monday or was it last week?
I would probably say very late last week.
Yeah, let's call it a Friday.
Yeah,
I'm just making things up.
Yeah, we are actively making changes like daily to the Unity runtime, and every time we push those out, the Unity runtime gets a new tag on GitHub, and basically that's a new version. So always keep an eye out there. We are trying to add better communication around the different changes that are being introduced, because no one wants to sift through a bunch of commits on GitHub. So we are looking into adding a change log for every change that goes in. So it'll be easier to kind of sift through those in one place. So yeah, you can look forward to that too. If you want to just know the different changes that went in between the version you're using and the latest ones with the new features coming out.
No, so in other words, no timeline or no roadmap, but we're actively working on it. Okay, here's one, Zach. I'm gonna give you another one. All right. When the browser runs a Rive file, can it read the text as copy? An example, search engines, screen readers, can those things read Rive text?
Not off the bat. So we have our own text engine that doesn't really interface with like browser settings as far as like locale settings that you might have set on your device or anything like that. But And that's just the complexity of having animated text and supporting all the different things that you can do with Rive Text there. And it is kind of like a long-term roadmap item to address that. So things for screen readers, kind of out of the box, a lot of these things, but you can set certain aspects of this up yourself in your app. So for example, we have APIs for, I believe, all the runtimes to get and set text run values. So you can get your text values that you want to, for example, localize or change, and take that text and put it into other HTML elements, add ARIA labels. We have a blog somewhere in our Rive blogs that show how to use ARIA live regions, which can announce, for example, like new text as it comes up in a state machine state. And then the screen reader can read that off appropriately. For example, if you wanted to interrupt whatever it's reading. So it is a little manual work right now for the runtimes, but again, yeah, that's something that we want to address long term.
All right, Zach, here's another one. Actually, we'll break this into a two-parter. What would it take to make a blow into mic interaction work for real? So in case you're just showing up, we had a dandelion animation, the little poofy ball that you could blow on and all the seeds go everywhere. And we're like, hey, that would be really cool if you could like blow into the mic on your phone and the thing would work. Obviously, I think from the design perspective, you just make that interaction work on a trigger. And then I'm guessing at runtime, you would just listen for mic input.
Yeah, I guess that'd be kind of cool. Like if you were, so the way I'm imagining it, and I don't know the APIs do this because I've never worked with it, is for like say you're creating an iOS or Android app, you would tap into the audio APIs to get your speaker involved and allow those settings. And then from there, depending on, I guess, the volume or loudness of whatever's coming through the microphone as you're blowing into it, that would maybe trigger, that you could set the trigger for that to have the dandelion things fly. But say you wanted like a strength, and that could be like dictated by a number input on the state machine. We always use, I don't know, say it goes from like 0 to 10, and based on some specified range with your loudness coming in through the speaker, that can dictate the number that's set on that number input. So if you're blowing like really soft, decibels are very small. That means a smaller number input set on the state machine, and so just a few dandelions fly. And then say you're just blowing super loud, that would set the number input to like 10, and you could have like a million fly out. That would actually be really fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool interaction. A balloon blowing thing. And then, this would go crazy too. Hang on. So balloon animal, interactive Rive file. Okay, first of all, you gotta animate, or you gotta blow the balloon up, and then when you get the balloon, you do one of those like click and drag bone things where you can like twist the, because it's just a stroke, and then you can like twist it around, and maybe if you like twist it in different ways, the balloon just pop goes into a different animal. I don't know.
I think that's a cool idea.
It could be a thing. This is,
and then you have a Boolean input that's like is blowing, and then if it detects there's no noise, goes, I don't know. Yeah, the balloon just flies away.
Oh, you get the
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be simple, I guess. I mean, you have this blue system, no? You blow up the micro, and you told the screen to keep the air inside. When you remove the finger with the screen, it's you blow again. Yeah.
This is what Rive was made for.
Yeah, dude, it really was. Oh my god.
In a phone is so crazy.
Who knew we'd be pioneering the next mic blow interactions? It's got to go on the homepage.
It will be a good way to unlock the mobile.
True. Oh, Dude, like one of those like the finger puzzle things.
Yes, it's like if you don't have a volume, you cannot unlock the mobile.
Oh, that's so nice. Your mic's busted, your phone's just like locked forever. That's I love it. I love it.
Apple, this idea is for free. So
Yeah.
you want to implement this.
Yeah.
You
If
can
there's
have that
anyone
one.
that was going to implement this by tomorrow, I would definitely not put it past Jeff.
Would be nice to see all the people in the street like
What are you guys doing? Well, you know,
Viral
just unlocking my phone.
Being weird. That's all.
I send a message. Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I don't think that will be the new way to communicate in the future, but it could
It
be.
could be. Look, if
Like a form
COVID
of
didn't
Morse
happen,
code.
if COVID didn't happen and people weren't like weird about you blowing on stuff, like it could have taken off. I think big bacteria ruined it for everybody.
Not big bacteria.
Okay, let's do another question here. All right, this one, I would love to see this. Any chance Rive app will have a sketch tool for roughing out drawings? I love the idea. I want that.
Yeah. We
I think
talk
that's a good
about
idea.
that idea.
Yeah, we have talked about this.
Yeah.
As with many things, it's just a matter of priority and what we need to get out the door and what order we need to get out the door. Even though I want sketching, like there's like, I don't know, I can't think of the thing that's above sketching. Reference layers, and then sketching is right there. That's my order, but there are other things that we need to prioritize, like layout constraints, so that you can make all the different, UI bits resize, so you don't have to do some weird state machine stuff. All that kind of stuff we need to get out of the door first. Blows, blurs, drop shatters, all that stuff needs to get out the door too. Let's see. Oh, you know what else? You know what else is getting cooked in the background we didn't really talk about? Something that's been asked for a while. Little SVG action, possibly, maybe.
Yeah.
Some kind of SVG stuff. All right, I think that's good on the questions. Do we have any questions coming from the chat? No, I don't think so.
No.
All right, let's do a little housekeeping and let's get out of here. We just answered a bunch of questions. If one comes in while we're doing this, we'll answer that too. But otherwise, we're going to get out of here. As a reminder, live stream schedule. Oh, here you go. See, here it is. This is how it works. All right, where does a Rive marketplace fall in the priority list right now? Okay, if there's drop shadows, blurs, and glows up here, and hang on, I'm trying to think of one that goes down here. 3D models in Rive is down here. I would say that Rive marketplace is somewhere in between those two. It's something that we've talked about and we want to do. But again, I think the thing we want to make sure that we deliver first is all the features and stuff that people need to make the designs and things like that lots of folks are going to be.
That's a good point too, because imagine now we have we could look back at features that we launched that would allow you to do things in a different way. And if we had a marketplace, because I just imagine you could go buy interactions, right? Like, so if you set something up in a way now that we're planning on kind of having you do it differently in the future, then you'd want to go back and update those. But yeah, it's a good call of just like get our features to the point where we want them, or get the app to the point where it needs to be.
All right. And more specifically, Jeff, I know I was just, it's somewhere in the middle. Realistically, where it's at is probably sometime after we hit the core features that we've been talking about forever. The get all the run times out, get the blows and glurs, and I did it again. Glurs and drop shatters. Get those done, and then we'll get a marketplace going.
Get the renderer everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do talk about the marketplace probably like once a week or every other week. It comes up, so it's definitely a thing that we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Housekeeping, and we're getting out of here. Reminder for the streaming schedule this week. Tomorrow, you got the JC Double Trouble Show. First, 10 a.m. Central, you're going to have the Spanish live stream. So for everyone who hablas, that's there for you. After that, directly after that, 11 a.m. Central, you will have a creative session from JC. He's going to be going over a map flow thing, map menu. Maybe something that you'd find and what's that? Slay the Spire, or those roguelike games where you got to go through the map and beat all the stuff. So that will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. No workshop this week. That's the streaming schedule. Be sure to check out Discord, join Discord to check out the change logs for all the stuff that we talked about earlier. Other than that, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for all the questions. We will either see you tomorrow or we'll chat with you next week.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.